Hey folks, it's Russ. Today is Tuesday, May 27th, 2025. Hope you're having a great day. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about committing and not quitting. But before I get started, if you've never seen any of my videos, welcome to the channel. I've been involved in the work from home space for the last 18 plus years, been working full-time for myself since 2018, and I am truly passionate about helping others generate mailbox money using social media and direct mail marketing. So, really, the only way that you lose when it comes to direct mail marketing and building a mailbox money empire is if you quit. All right? That's really the only way that you can lose. Because it's all about staying consistent. Like I talk about in all of my videos. The biggest key, the secret that everybody is looking for is consistency. The people who win at direct mail marketing and build mailbox money empires are those who stay consistent. That is it. I've been really diving into becoming a student, more or less, of direct mail and the history of it. And we have it so much easier nowadays than the people back in the, even just 10 years ago. But I've been watching some of these heavy hitters from the 80s and the 90s who made tens of millions, some of them hundreds of millions, just with direct mail, selling info products and things of that nature. This was before the internet. This was like when people had to write their own ad copy and figure it out on their, on their own. Nowadays, it's easy. I mean, everything's done for you. You get if you join an opportunity that I'm a part of, the postcards are already made up for you, the flyers are already made up for you. We have marketing systems that you can set up that are in place. These people back then that, the legends of the direct mail marketing world, they didn't have any of that stuff. They had to be creative and come up with their own stuff. Nowadays, it's all done for you. So there's no excuse not to win when it comes to building a mailbox money empire. You just have to commit and not quit. And, stop jumping from program to program to program. Success is meant to be hard. It's not just a walk in the park. You're going to have ups and downs. I talk about when I first started mailing out postcards, I didn't get my first sale for 5 weeks. That was a long 5 weeks for me, because I was used to making sales pretty much right off the bat with my other online marketing stuff. But it took me a while. But when I finally made that sale, I was like, okay, this works. I know it works now. I'm just going to stick with it. And that's what I've been doing ever since. You guys can't keep mailing out 100 postcards and then say it doesn't work and quit and jump on to the next thing. You're never going to build an empire jumping from program to program to program, ever. I don't care what anybody tells you. It's not possible. You might make some money, but you're not going to be jumping from program to program to program. You're going to have struggles with this. It's a business, right? Every business has struggles. Read about all the big companies out there. I read several good books on Amazon and Jeff Bezos and the struggles that they went through in the beginning. It took them a long time before they even turned a profit. But they didn't stop. They didn't give up. And, they can be said for any big business or any small business. I mean, even our soap company, we've had ups and downs, but you just don't quit. You stick with it. And when you stick with it, that's what separates the winners from the losers. Just sticking with it and not quitting. Committing and not quitting. And, I don't know how many times that I got to keep saying this, because I see it all the time. People will join me, they get excited, and then they just fall off the earth, They'll be all excited, ask me all kinds of questions, and then, you go see what they're up to, and they're on to the next program already. They don't even give themselves a chance. People, the winners, they commit, they don't quit, they adapt, they're resilient, they just learn to go with the roller coaster. Being an entrepreneur and having your own business, it's like a roller coaster, right? You're going to have highs and lows. But I can tell you that sticking with it and building your own mailbox money empire, the way that I teach it's worth it, right? If you stick with it long enough and stay committed, you can build up your own empire to where you have complete time freedom to do what you want, when you want, for as long as you want, and not worry about cash flow. Right? And I'm just showing you what I do. And of course, I can't guarantee anybody's going to make any money, because most people, they don't have a good work ethic, and it's all based on your work ethic. But I teach people how to leverage Facebook and YouTube, and then direct mail. I send out letters, right? Look at this. So this is just one stack. Look at how big that is. This is just one stack of my letters going out today. All right, I stay consistent. And I don't give up. And I don't cry if I don't make a sale. I don't even worry about making sales anymore. I just worry, I put together my envelopes, make sure I'm creating content, make sure I'm doing motivational videos for all of you. I'm not going anywhere. As long as I'm here, I'm going to be here for you guys. I'm going to show up every single day, whether it's a live or a video that I upload like this one, or it's a short. I'm going to create some kind of content on my Facebook and my YouTube for you guys to just let you know that I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. You need to find somebody who's doing what it is that you want to do and just replicate what they're doing. Right? Success leaves clues. That's all you do. This is not rocket surgery. Which is that's a good song, by the way. Jim Morris, he passed away, but he was a musician down in Florida at Trop Rock. It's called Rocket Surgery. Look it up. Excellent song. But it's not rocket surgery, all right? It's not rocket science. It's not anything. It's mailing out letters and creating content that anybody can do. Anybody can do this. That's why I love direct mail so much. You don't have to be a marketing genius. You don't have to be, have a huge email list. You don't have to have anything. You have to have the will and desire to show up every day, take massive action, and stay consistent. And if you can put a stamp and a address label on an envelope, you can make this work. It doesn't get any easier, folks. I've been doing this for 18 plus years, and I wish I would have started direct mail 18 plus years ago, because it's by far the easiest way that I've ever generated an income. All right? It just flat out works if you are patient enough and stick with it. And know that you're not going to make a sale overnight. You might, but it's unlikely, unless you have you want to brand yourself, basically, and that can take some time. It can take some time to do that, but it's totally possible. Tina's out here. She beat me over to the shop. So anyway, that's it for today. You just want to commit. Don't quit. Don't be a loser. I'm tired of seeing people online just like, oh, it doesn't work. The programs don't work. And then you go over and, ask them what they've been doing. They're like, well, I haven't done much. I made a YouTube video last month. I did a post about it. I did one post. And it's like, come on, you got to brand yourself. Stop trying to sell people on what it is you're trying to, you want to sell yourself. And I'll make a whole video on that. That's a whole different video. But, if just making a post about your opportunity is fine, but, you have to let people into your life a little bit. Show them what you're all about, Tell them what it is you're doing. Tell them your experiences. Tell them your life. People join people. They don't care what opportunity you're in. They join people, right? If you resonate with somebody online and they have a product or service that you need, you're going to buy that product or service based on the fact that you like the person selling it. That's how this works. So I show people in my envelope, in my letters here, how I brand myself. I have a nice letter that goes out in these envelopes along with my opportunities. I take all people over to my joinruss.com page where I have systems in place that do all the selling and telling for me. It doesn't get any easier. It doesn't get any easier. And it's the same with my videos and my content. I drive everybody over to my Join Russ page. So it's pretty simple. But you want to take small consistent income producing actions every single day, which I'll show you how to do. And that is what gets results long term. Sticking with it long enough. So commit, don't quit. Reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm here to help you out. And, you know, start building your mailbox money empire. There's nothing better in the world than having time freedom, aside from your health. You know, being able to do what you want, when you want, for as long as you want, and not worrying about cash flow. It doesn't get any better than that, right? So anyway, I hope you found value in this video. If you did, please consider giving me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click that notification bell so you're notified each and every time I upload a new video. And with that being said, I hope you have an excellent rest of your day wherever you are. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. And until then, stay well, be safe, and peace be with you. Thanks for watching.